Hi, this is Mr. Merrill, and in this video I'm just going to walk you through the basics of getting Kinovea installed. So Kinovea is a tool we use throughout the year for video analysis. It allows us to look at motion captured on a camera and do some things that we can't do in real life, but can do in this program. So you'll see on Moodle, you can just click on the download link here. If you're in Chrome, you'll see it pop up in the bottom corner. If you're not in Chrome, it'll be in your downloads folder. So you can run it. Next, definitely read all that. Install. And you'll see why this is installing. I can go ahead and download this video as well. Okay, so real quick installation, you can go ahead and start Kinovea. Now, a common mistake you might make is you might be tempted to open up the video directly, but you want to open up the video through the program. So once you have Kinovea installed and the video you want downloaded, what you can do is go into Kinovea, hit open, and the file you're looking for, the video you're looking for, is probably in your downloads folder. So here it's called Kinovea Demo. You'll be using a different file, but same idea. So there's a couple things you have to do before you get started here. The first thing is you want to go to Options here at the top left and go to Time Markers Format and make sure that this is clicked. What this will do is it'll display the time here at the bottom in hours, minutes, seconds, and hundredths of a second. The other thing you want to do is go to Options, Preferences, and under Drawings and Persistence, make sure that this box is clicked. You want it checked like mine is here where it says Always Visible. Then go ahead and click Save. The other thing is we're going to want to be drawing on this video. If you see, so I'm going to use the pencil tool here, and if you see how it's set up by default, you get a green dot, and that's very hard to see. So we'll go ahead and delete that green dot. And instead, I want to have something a little more visible. So I'm going to go over here where it says Color Profile, where my mouse is. And under this drawing tool, I'm going to pick a color a little more visible than green. I'm going to go with this beautiful yellow and make the dot a little bit bigger. Okay, then go ahead and click Apply. And then I'll make it, when I go to draw dots, be nice and visible on the screen. So here you can see we're at the start of the video. You can look at the time now here. Now we can go ahead and play the video. But the nice thing about Kinovea, and if you ever want to go back to the beginning, you can just hit this button right here, and that'll take us back to the beginning. Now the nice thing about Kinovea is, yes, you can play the video, but you can do something a little more interesting. You can go frame by frame in the video. So instead of clicking this play button, I'm going to click this that says Go to Next Frame. And you'll see the card has moved a little bit, and if you look down here, our time has changed. So watch the time. Okay, every time I click, the time jumps forward a set amount and the cart moves ahead. So this is going frame by frame. Now, there is one interesting thing. If you look carefully at the numbers, it goes 3, 6, and then it jumps to 10. The reason it's doing that is because it's actually 3.333333, 6.66666, and 9.99999. So usually it doesn't matter, but just keep that in mind that these are rounded, and oddly enough they round 6 down. So again, we can go back to the beginning. So whenever you're tracking the motion, you have to pick a part of the object that you want to track, and it's got to be the same part of the object every single time. So I'm going to choose this little front part of the cart here. I can choose any part of the cart as long as I'm consistent. I'm going to choose this little front part here, and then we're going to jump ahead a certain amount of time. Now there's no sense just jumping ahead one frame and drawing another dot. That doesn't do us much good. So we're going to go ahead and jump ahead 30 frames. Whoops. And and jump ahead another 30 frames, draw another 30 frames, and draw another. And I'll ask you to do that for the length of the video. It doesn't take too long. So each time we had a little time here, and at the end it'd be nice if we could look at the whole picture and see the times that each one of these was recorded. So if you want to do that, if we want to add some text to this image, we can go to text, click right here. Remember, this was recorded at 0 seconds, and that's a little hard to see. If you want to change the text there, we can change this to a white background, and we could even play with the font, but I think that's okay. So now this was 0.3 seconds, this was 0.6 seconds, and this was 0.9 seconds. And you can see that if we go back and check the video, see when this is 0.3 or 0.3 of a second, it matches up with my little marker there. Okay, so that's the basics. Now we'll do this. You can do this to the end of the video. I won't bother. But now we want to get this picture and do something with it. So one of the things that I would use is I would go down here to start, and if you're using Windows 7 or above, you have this nice snipping tool. So to get to that, I just went to start and type snip, and that allows you to very easily capture a part of the screen, and you can just copy it and say go to whatever document you want to, and you can either right click and paste or use this keyboard shortcut of Control V. Very easy to get it in there. So the other option you have is you can go to on your keyboard, you should have a print screen button. Sometimes if you have a laptop keyboard, it might be function print screen, but you can hit that. So I'm using it on my laptop now, and we can also hit Control V after getting that print screen, and you see this, it captures the whole screen. So if you don't want all that, what you can do is in Word or whatever you're using, you can go to Format, and then we can crop it out in case we just want part of that picture. Now you can see it's a lot easier to use the snipping tool than do all this business, and this isn't the only two ways. There's more ways to capture that picture, but these are the two kind of easiest to explain. And if we want to make that bigger, just resize that there, and we get a decent picture. So that's the basics. Kinovea can do a lot more, and we're going to use a lot more of its functionality later in the year. But feel free to play around with it. There's a lot to learn. But this is the basics you need for the first homework, so I'll go ahead and end it there. Alright, thank you.